that should start. Alright, so that starts this one. Okay. When you're finished, you stop here and stop both of these. And here on Facebook, you just do the in stream. And then Facebook Live. When we're ready to go, we go live here to start it, the final, and then when you're finished, you'll do a stop there too. And once you have done that, see now we're actually streaming, and I can see what's. There's usually about a 15-second delay on what you see on either the Facebook or the YouTube here, and we've already got a connection, so somebody is already watching us. Okay. And you could even see in the analytics if anybody's watching live here as well. Okay. And basically now it's just a matter of switching from camera to camera as we go. Let's see, we're on one now, aren't we? We go to two. During the announcements and the everybody talking about the stuff they brought, we stay on that camera. And then when he's turning, if he's turning on the outside, we'll switch to the overhead camera. And if he's turning on the inside, we use this camera. I hope my students remember that we're not starting until 7:30 tonight. That's when the class is supposed to start. Well, everybody voted, except for these nights, we've been starting at 6:30 so that they can get out a little early.
Because it's your class online?
No, it's a live class, so I have to drive over to school.
Okay.
Some of them will forget and show up at 6:30, but then they can work on their assignments while they're waiting. Pretty much all of our night students work full time, and they're getting off at 5 o'clock.
How many students do you have in class?
This one I've got 16 or 17. My big class has 23, and the other classes have about 15 in day classes.
First aid kit?
I have one in the car.
Hey, Band-Aid.
A Band-Aid.
Okay. I'll give it back to you when I'm done. Speakers is wrong, aren't you, too?
Yeah. I always forget instant gallery. I'm consistent, but it's wrong.
Well, it's good to be consistent.
If it were good, consistent. Well, Delbert, what do you think of it so far? I mean, you've come and now you've been thrown under the bus with the position. Of course, you did volunteer for it.
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
This is fine.
We've had a couple come from whenever we did our thing at Lumber and Craft, so that was good.
Oh, that's good.
We've had to set up more chairs. Well, if it's like church, everybody's getting quiet, so I suppose a few minutes early won't hurt a thing. So we can go ahead and get started. I am Lisa Vestal, and I am the president this year, so I thank everybody for being here. And Bill, you don't have your scooter. Good deal.
No, I'm walking, yeah. I graduate by rehab.
Congratulations. All right, so I want to welcome any guests or visitors that we have, and would you please stand up and introduce yourself and speak loudly because a lot of us can't hear.
I'm Kevin. Moved up to Florida like 2 years ago, and I've only ever made pens because I'm afraid of watching molds come off my leg. So at some point, hopefully I'll learn more.
Well, from what I hear, your wife says that she's the one that kind of says, this is what you make, so we'll get you there.
She's in charge.
That's true. There we go.
My name is Bob Lucier. I moved here a couple of months ago from Memphis. And I've always wanted a workshop, and I bought a house that's got a full unfinished basement,
You dropped it out.
200 square feet.
Yeah.
So I am just happy as a lark. and,
I'll bring one with
I've never
the I'll
turned
record
a
next
thing in my
week.
life. But
I
I'm
go
very
about
interested
the
in
freight
it.
ones
It
all
looks
the
like a lot of
time when they're
fun.
on sale for
So,
$5.
You know,
And so blast, and there's a table back there that can get you started.
yeah.
There we go. So, excellent, thank you. Okay, is anybody else? No? Yeah, okay, this is Dan.
I've been in the woodworking, woodturning and woodworking for 13 years. I'm getting out of it. And so I'm going to sew all my stuff. And this guy right here. If anybody's interested, they can get my name, number, address. If anybody's interested, they got a lot more than I took.
Yeah, between you and Lee, we can get you set up. Okay, our newest member is Rick Booth, and has anybody else joined? I think we have a new member, couple, 13.
I'm Jordan.
Okay, cool, and you are? Doug Loman, okay, thank you for having come back, and Perry Martin, yes, I remember you from last time, so yes, and thank you for joining us, this is great.
We have one new member tonight, Sam. Where's Sam?
Sam, there's Sam. All right, now we have announcements. John LaChance,
What?
come here. We have an idea. Don't lose those. And John knows how to make it work. No pressure, no pressure.
Hi, my name is John, and I come from a different, club from the Charlotte area. Every year, they have a, county fair, carnival rides and food trucks, and anyways, we had a table set up. And that was our big moneymaker for the year. The donations from all the members, few little pieces, nothing huge, had raffles, we had a lot on display, and had a lot of traffic. We had lathes set up around the perimeter to get the kids, carnival rides, candy, and those kids have parents. Parents have the money. So to keep the kids happy, you would sell some. Our big money maker for the year, last year, says 23, not 24, 23, our take for the year, for that fair, was almost as much as what we have in the treasury now. Big money maker. But it took volunteers to man the tables, to man the lathes, and to sell. The fair lasts 8 or 9 days here, and I'm guessing 8 or 9 hours a day. The tables need to be set up, volunteers need to be standing by, turning, selling, just manning the tables and the booths. Big opportunity to get your name out there, not only your name, but the club's name. With the volunteers that donate all the goodies that we make I almost said freaking. Every day that we make, dollar value in the area of like $30, $25, $35. Instant seller. Good stuff. We make good stuff here. But we need volunteers to man the tables, and we need volunteers to supply the product. Now, that's a big ask. It takes probably 3 or 4 hours at a whack for one person to stand at a lathe for his or her shift. And we need 2 shifts in the day, so we need a lot of volunteers. Rousing. So what do you think? It's an opportunity that we can take advantage of. So, sign-up sheet is in the back, read your name, and we get enough participation, we can make this work. And we shift the 3 or 4 hour shift per person per day. And one person doesn't have to work every day, 1 day, 2 days, whatever. It's going to take a big effort. So be aware, sign-up sheet's in the back, it's in August, so that's the cool part of time, right? Bring your sunglasses, yes.
John, how many lanes are we gonna have over there?
Good question. Yeah, any more volunteers? We have a lathe here. If the more the merrier. We're having 10 by 20.
Tony, the knees, a lot of people, you know, it's a 10 to 20 space.
Yeah, the mini lathes are ideal. You can't be producing big heavy stuff anyways. The small 6, 8, 10 inch product is perfect for it. Yes, we need lathes. We have one, and there are others available. So something to think about, dig deep, and tungsten. We also have other opportunities for other events coming up. Jonesboro Days. Lumber, oh, you can talk about that one. That's your favorite.
That's fine.
Okay, something to think about.
This needs to go from just an idea from 1-dimensional to 3-dimensional. This needs to be something that we can all get our head around. And I will not stand at a lathe because my skill set is to run my mouth. So I can do PR pretty good. Now, we all have our strong points, but we can all show up for 3 or 4 hours and talk about what it is that we love to do. I mean, we're retired, and this is what we do. We do it every day. So if that's not love, I don't know what it is. So, anyway, to be able to do this, it's going to take all of us, because the fair is 8 days. And that's a lot, and since I've been in here, I don't know that as a group we've done anything, except for a donation thing, and that's great. But to get outside of these 4 walls and interact with the public, the fair would be great. Jonesboro Days would be great. Jonesboro Days would be a great springboard because that's 2.5 days. We can make that happen. We can make the fair happen. But I have to get the applications submitted, and then there will be money and all that. So I need volunteers sooner than later, okay? So put that in your hat and think about it.
Do you know the dates for that in August?
It's the 18th to the 23rd. I think that's what's on the paper. And then Jonesboro Days is works and
You should put your comments in, because you've got,
Just be careful the space you get, because only 4 or 5 spaces in all those buildings have electricity. Very few of the spaces have electricity.
All right, well, we need you on board with this planning committee, okay? See, the one with the idea gets to do it. It's the voluntold philosophy. Also, big news. Sir? Oh, stand up, woo!
I'm Joe, part of the Holston Valley Working Association forming this year. This is my first time, so.
Excellent. meeting and then it becomes your job. Our not-for-profit donation for the second quarter. I have approached Jeremiah Cafe. They are a not-for-profit and they teach the trades for special needs people. So at Jeremiah Cafe, we would be making wheat pots, and I need 2 or 3 that are really good at it to make something akin to a 3-pint fishbowl for their at-the-counter donations. So it's simple enough to put the money in, but somebody can't just be walking out and help themselves to a handful of money. What they're using now is all glass. And with this particular bunch of people that are working there, glass breaks a lot. So we're going to do weed pots to sit on the tables. Make certain if you're going to do a weed pot, no bark. Because for sanitation reasons, the ketchup blows up, you can't get that out of the bark. So try to make them smooth, but we need about 25 weed pots and 3 of the fish bowls. So of all of us, can you volunteer 3 people to make the fish bowls specifically, please? And nothing fancy, but functional. Can I get 3 people to volunteer to make a fish bowl?
What was the question?
Fish bowl.
I don't understand how you see the fish.
I know, well, you'll just have to carve them into it, but I need 3 of them that will, if should they get knocked off, they won't break, as what they're doing now, which is quart jars. So I need wooden for table decoration, and then for their donation at the cash register. So that's what the donation will be for the second quarter of this year from our group.
I don't know what a weed pot is.
When you Google it, you get some really weird stuff.
What is a weed?
What's a weed? That's the only thing that'll grow in the garden.
Explain the weed pot.
Okay, a weed pot is a wooden vase. You know what a bud vase is? Glass bud vase, you put 1 flower in it? Well, this is a wooden bud vase.
Smaller.
But you will put either a dried flower or a silk flower in. It's not meant to contain water. And it's smaller than a bud vase. So that would probably be big enough. And it's to the person that's making it. The creator gets to do the design. But we just need 25 of them. And Dana's going to make what?
No, I'll make 25.
No, each of us will make one. So I'm making 1, Bob's already made 2. But I need the fish bowl specifically. So whoever has that ability, please just let me know whenever you decide if that's what you want to do.
When do you need those by?
I need those by our meeting in July.
Google says weed pots cannabis.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know.
Whatever crowd. Okay, now the not-for-profit donation from the first quarter of this year is our birdhouses. And our birdhouses are to be donated to nursing homes. Because I don't know the proper word to call them now, that's what they're called for me, it's a nursing home. So the patients, the residents can sit and watch birds, and I did not want bird feeders because somebody has to keep feeding those, and that's not something I'm doing. We're putting these up, and then it's somebody else's responsibility. However, I have 4 nursing homes that these will be divided among and placed for the residents. So for everybody that made one, they will be appreciated. Okay, so there's that. Now what? Oh, how many of y'all are looking at your emails on a regular basis? And don't just put your hand up because I've got you under a spotlight here. There's a lot of information going out and we're not getting a lot of response. We have 125 people that we do not even know if any of them are still with us or not. So my husband's going to start making phone calls and find out, one, who's still alive, and two, who still wants to be in the group. So that's 125 phone calls. So whenever he sends out an email, y'all, please, and I know, don't send us to the garbage, but check your emails periodically, because there's a lot of important stuff. Like Dan here, he's cleaning out his shop. We had another guy who cleaned out his shop. There were pictures. We've got 2 others. Tony had people. John Maxwell got to take advantage of that.
Who do we need to give our email to? Because I've never gotten an email in this year.
All right, Bobby, he's secretary.
I need to too, so.
Yeah. Because Dave will take your money. He knows where your wallet is. On lumber and craft, the demonstration went absolutely fabulous. And on did the presentation, she made the tiniest little lidded pot you've ever seen. Imagine the size of a quarter, and that's what it was. She's awesome. We will be doing that again at Lumber and Craft. There will be a different presenter. We may even get Denise to make a pin. We don't know. It could happen. The lathe that we have at Lumber and Craft needs a Nova chuck, 1 inch. Does anybody in here want to donate a chuck, Nova chuck, for that lathe? John. Yes. All right, we have a donation of that, so we don't have to buy one. Yay, thank you, John. Anyway, here's what that is. Back on the table, there's a sign-up sheet for things that we want to get done and people that will volunteer to do a demonstration at Lumber and Craft. Please sign up. We need volunteers for everything. Let's see. Oh, so I don't forget what.
How often are you planning on doing demos over at Tyler Austin? That's lumber and craft.
We can do on Saturdays, maybe once a month, but we can do once a quarter for one of his classes, which happens on a Thursday, the second and the fourth Thursdays, from 6 till whenever we're done. So if there is something that you feel like, and that's where we get a bunch of interest. We had 21 people there. That was fantastic. I was just so thrilled. It was a great success.
Lisa, we're sending this around if you don't have emails
Oh, good.
already. If you've already got the email, then just keep passing around.
And make certain there's a phone number I can get a hold of you. I still can't get a hold of George. We sent him a check to replace the tool that he broke while he was here doing his demonstration in January. And we've never gotten the check cashed. We don't know if he even got it. And I can't get a hold of him. Will somebody get a hold of George, please? Also, because I'm not forgetting this time, instant gallery. Who begins?
Not me. One thing before you get distracted, I want to especially thank Dana Wright.
Oh, yes.
Dana built a new shield to go in front of his lathe. Least plexiglass is the one we had.
Yes.
Heavy plexiglass, took it upon himself, and one thing to go, Dana, round of applause.
He did. Yeah, we came up with a piece of polycarbonate, and he said, okay, I can do that. So, thank you. It's just the willingness to do. So, thank you, Dana.
Okay. You now have George's telephone number.
Thank you. Good, thank you. So, on our instant gallery, who wants to begin? We're at the other end. Oh, is that the little one out of your quarantine? I know you project, but.
Jonathan Chance and I have an ongoing back and forth. I'm into negative space. He's into filling it with epoxy. So I want to show you this bowl. You might have to look at it closely, but the negative space is here and the epoxy is here. So this is, you can have it both. And this is my best-selling birdhouse ornament. And so I thought I'd bring it. That was the inspiration for the birdhouse ornament I made.
Thank you, Richard. My next just so happens Pops. Now, mine is a little different. We discussed that last time. Somebody in here recently turned 90, and he gave me some wise advice on how to turn a walnut bowl. You see that walnut at the bottom? So this is a walnut bowl. But it was a piece of pearly maple, and I did some gluing up and cutting and gluing again and cutting again, and then it dawned on me when I turned the bottom out of it, we'll just put a walnut in there and it'll be a walnut bowl. And then I watched a video on making it off-center or wobbly or crooked. I said, that's up my alley too. All right, next. Pearly maple and mahogany.
Excuse me. I have a microphone. I have magnolia, spalted, sitting in my backyard for quite a while, and I've got to get rid of it. My wife is getting real testy. So, anyways, I gave her one of these. Lots of fun. You gotta get magnolia. It's pretty forgiving. I was given a piece of hard block. It was 2 by 8 or 9 inches, square piece. So I made that. It's a thing. Okay, you can put candy in it or donations. I was donated a piece of flora by what's the name of the new kid? Harold, what? Yeah. Harold gave me this piece of fur. If anybody has ever turned fur, raise your hands. No. One volunteer over here. Don't. This was the biggest pain in my butt because the grain is weak. The grain, what you see, is hard, works really well. But the stuff in between, soft, very unforgiving. I've got tear out, I've got all kinds of just nastiness. But oh, thank you, Harold. So nice. I give you the middle.
Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, is it Bill?
I actually sat over here so you could see I'm actually walking without,
No training wheels.
let me not trip over this, John.
Then we'll ask you what your next trip gonna be.
Oh, yeah, my next trip next fall.
Yes, I want you to use it.
As you know, Scott Benzine and I, a year or so ago, got the opportunity to cut a pecan or pecan, depending on which side of the line you're from. And we poured some cheap beer on it, threw it upside down in the dirt, and it did its thing. We haven't lost much of it, but this is a salad bowl out of it. This is a functional bowl. It's got 3 coats of hops, tongue oil, cut 2/3, 1/3 with odorless mineral spirits so it'll soak in, because otherwise tongue oil will take forever to dry. And then 2 or 3 coats of liver-on finishing wax, and here it is. These normally sell in Asheville for about $400. So, did that one, and then fooling around with this one. This is pecan as well. And this was a crotch, but the upper end of the crotch wasn't worth very much, but the feather looked nice. So I made a functional bowl out of that as well, and same process, 3 coats of hops oil cut. Sometimes I put a coat of liver-on finishing oil on top of that. And then 2 or 3 coats of wax to soak in, to seal the oil in, and there it is. Anybody wants to see it or handle it, feel free.
Richard and John talking about negative space, so I thought I'd join the crowd. That's a piece of weeping cherry, it's the root off of it.
Yeah, that was easy, wasn't it?
Well done.
Behind you, Harold. There you go.
New to the club, and a very beginning turner. So I brought something just to prove that I actually turned this. This is just a little, I love that car. But they're very popular, everyone's like the ones I get away. There's actually one of the woodturning magazines that was son brought in, making these. Very popular one. This is out of Walnut.
Good job.
Okay, next.
Right off?
Come on.
Okay.
It's all you, Tom.
I am coming through.
Don't fall down. There you go.
Gotcha.
There you go. Watch the corner.
Well, Bill, a lot of pieces of wood that I didn't throw away. Glued them up together and made a lighthouse out of them. And then I figured, you know, there's an old piece of walnut, English walnut. I used it for the base. And I put 2 coats of lacquer on it. Now, this is a little different. You see, I live on South Holston Lake. If you recall a few months ago, Helene did some real damage. And a lot of that damage washed up on my shoreline. So I had to clean it. Well, there was a bunch of junk. But there were a couple nice pieces. I got one of those logs and turned 2 lighthouses out of it. I didn't know what kind of wood it was. It turned pretty nice though. So I called it Helene wood. Its sister, a little bit bigger in the base, with a live edge. I donated to the Santa Gala in Abington last Saturday, this past Saturday, for the silent auction. And it sold for $75.
Good job.
Wow, excellent.
This also has, I believe it's 2 coats of lacquer.
That's it.
Okay, so, the bowl, is it 2? Oh, good. There you go.
So, just a piece of pear, and from a log that, it's from a tree branch that I got from Doug Egler. He's a former member of this group. And cut it down about 6 months ago, and I cut a piece out of the log yesterday, the day before, and it was still quite moist. Not totally dry yet, but lost about 15% of its weight in the microwave. But I turned it, and then I turned the outside, and then sanded it 400 grit. And then turn the inside and sand it the same, and been microwaved quite a few times, and there's no finish on it. It was partially dry, that's obvious, but it turned out really nice. That I just wanted to that's an excuse for showing, and I don't, not pushing the product, but the last time someone asked me if you sand wet wood, doesn't it clog up your paper? So I use these sanders, and there's other varieties of them, but they're just you know, that I had it with the oil sander because you don't have to line up the holes with oil sander, the dust goes right through. But if you sand really wet wood with this, it clogs up, you turn it backwards, air goes, blow it all out, and continue sand. If you get it really stuck in it, just soak it overnight in water, and do the same. And so it's a good way of sanding wet wood and not using up a lot of sandpaper real quick.
What grit does that come in?
I think this is 80, but it goes up to 400 or 460, 800.
For the most part, the course you got, the same.
Yeah, this, but they all look the same, they just feel different. And so this is 80 grit, I think. Yeah, this is 80 grit, which I usually start with this one, especially a really wet bowl. But, so that was the reason for showing that bowl. But I used some really fresh wood, and did the same. Now, if you use really fresh wood and then microwave it, sand it smooth and microwave it, it roughens up when you microwave it some, but not a whole lot. I buy this brand is at, this is the Alpo, it's at Home Depot. I'm sure you can get it online, and I'm sure Lowe's has a different brand.
Good job.
Thank you, excellent. Okay, one last thing before we get to our demonstration. You keep pointing at stuff.
Well, I'm gonna embarrass Joe. It's his first meeting, but he brought something in. Stand up and talk about it. Don't wait till you're done, all right?
So I wanted to wait until after your announcements were done, but I said So, this was a piece of wood that I've been holding on to for a long time. My dad owns a tree company, and I was walking through his yard, and there's piled up so many logs and cat balls and all. And I said, that's a really pretty wood. Can I have a piece of it? So he took one too large cookies. My wife saw it and said those were hers. So I've had it in my garage for about 3.5 years, trying out, of course, it cracked. So it was very difficult to keep. He said it was cypress. So I just know that it was very, very, very soft. So this is my first lidded box. Because I was going to throw it away, I just thought I'll throw it in the lake, and then I saw the grain, and I said, well, my wife's going to want this. So I kept on working with it, and maybe after the meeting, I'd like to ask some input. I had a lot of hair out when I was cutting the lid. Right, so the way that I did this is I just took a parting tool and cut along that seam, and then used a cut-off saw to cut off separate the two packs. But in that process, I had a lot of hair out. I couldn't get rid of it. So maybe somebody has experience working with lidded boxes, maybe see me afterwards and come to that. But I finished it with, of course, sandpaper, cut off the tin, and finished the bottom. And I used a Yorkshire grit the first time I used it. So it turned out really well, and just a couple of very, very light coats of shellac just to kind of seal in the Yorkshire grit for this finish. So my first one.
Okay. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, there are some events coming up around our area, and I know that John LaChance and Denise Pritchard are going to be doing art struck together. And then there is the King Sport Art Festival that John's doing as well. And then there are, well, there's the Blue Ridge events. There's all manner of stuff on Facebook. So if anybody does social media, great. Look through those events. See if there's something that we can, as a club, look into. I'm open to a lot of suggestions. And I can voluntold everybody. So, now, with no further ado, this month, our demonstrator is Walt Panic, and he is going to come up here and he's going to show us some stuff, y'all. And this is what he needs. I need to get out of the way. All right, they got your thing. I don't know how it goes. I just know if I turn this off, you lose it.
Put that on your belt, and then we need to turn it on, I guess.
Walt, how long have you been turning?
I bought my first lathe in 1979.
That's when I graduated high school.
We need to have power. Where's there?
Can you hear me? Is it on? Sure. Okay. Just talk nice and loud. Hope not.
You might want to move the mic.
Flip it over.
Okay.
More or less. I put my face shield on and stir it up here.
It's not coming to the light.
Lisa, thank you. Like she said, I've been turning a long time. I'll try everything. It's not on. You good? Is it on? Is it on?
Now you get your body.
Could be a button.
Is that any better? It's a little better. That's all we get. Is there more volume on this?
Not that I know of. I don't know. I've not used that one. It may.
Yeah, I need it. I'm not a real loud talker. I'm going to just kind of do some real basic stuff tonight. I know a lot of people say they haven't made a bowl or haven't made one in a long time.
It may have to be a battery.
I'll show you how I make solid bowls.
It may have to be a
I'm going to try to make something similar to this right here.
And I don't know where batteries are.
At the time.
It's picking up from here.
Before I think of that, there's some wood in the back of my truck that's from this tree right here. You're welcome to it. It's a maple, and it's really good color. Soft maple. That's just unfinished. That's a really good color. You can see my truck out here, and you're welcome to get right in it. So I'm going to get right into it. I've brought enough wood.
Paul, is that the new Chevrolet truck? Yeah, brand new?
We have revenue.
What color is it?
That's kind of good.
Well, that is,
That truck is older than my turn.
Let me check the back, take this and take the battery.
Okay.
Batteries.
Okay, so I'm going to try a time. I'll make two goals tonight. I want you to stop me, ask questions. You're saying how I do it, and it's not the only way to do it. There's a lot of different ways to chop and turn and different tools. And I'm going to start it out with sharpening. A lot of people ask about tool sharpening, and
all I use is almost rechargeable batteries.
The method is called 40-40, 40-49. Basically, you set your table off at 40 degrees. And I use that same method for almost everything.
Sorry.
I turned it up.
It helps when we put batteries in.
Okay.
So Dane, have you go this way. Let's go backwards. Just like that. Is this right?
Is that better now?
Oh, much better.
Okay, good. Let me get some glasses on here. Can you get the camera on the grinder here?
Yeah, that's what it
That's what it says. The first thing I do to make it real easy is you get a felt tip pen and you mark, just, and you paint it. Am I on the camera here? They make about a jig to do this, but I've done enough of this and it takes a lot of practice. But it's really easy to do. There's no setup. Once you have your grinder set up, this is 80 grit and this is 150 grit or something like that.
Is that a CBN?
Yeah, CBN. The first thing you do is you put the tool on here backwards. And I'm not going to do that because if I do it, it takes a while to get it back right again. Put it on there backwards and just touch it so you can get a 40-degree angle right in here. And then can you show the grinder here? Can you get that there? I just, you see where the blue came off right there on the tip? And that's kind of shows what I'm trying to do. Now I want to take that blue off all the way around.
Well, have you tried with the grinder running in the other direction?
No, I haven't. Does that work? Just got to mix up a little when I move the grinder. Okay. When I have it set up, normally I just do one pass to get that off. And then I'll make a secondary grind here to make two doubles on the tool. Can I just do that on the 80 grit wheel?
Now, what's the purpose of that second bevel?
You want this angle up here to be as short as you can. Because you have like a fulcrum, you have a lever and a fulcrum here. And this is a hollow grind if you don't take that off. So I want to just use the tip of this tool to turn. I don't want the bevel rubbing and bouncing around. You can control it a lot better if you just have it short. And actually, the real professional would take off more than that. But I'm going to leave about an eighth of an inch of the original grind on there. And then you grind the rest of the bevel.
Does that, but with a grind like that, with a tool ground that way, does it facilitate in cutting wood where the grain is hard and then in between it's soft and you get less of a dig in?
It'll cut really well. I'll show you.
Rather well than not having it way down.
I start out between center and I use this steel right here that fits in the chuck. It really likes to really well.
That is called what? Or is it called?
It's just a one-way, big, I think they call it big bite. It just fits in that chuck. And then you put it in, you want flat like this. You put it in this bag, and you take it out, it always falls on the floor. I wear a golf glove. With that particular grind, the way I turn, it shows a lot of chips at your hand, and it hits you right here. It's really a big one on the back. I don't know if we need that seal or not, this may show some water. I don't know. For tool rest, I would get these from the robots tool rest, they stay smooth. You're trying to get it good smooth, and you've got notches in your tool rest, you can't do it. This has a hardened steel edge, and you don't have to worry about filing it. But they're really nice. I think some of the I think robots makes it.
What kind of wood is that again that you're getting ready to turn out, dump sand parking lot?
This is sycamore. Try to get this not too fast. Okay, I'm not one that followed it. There we go. That's about 250. I'm just going to show the fire off here. But this is they call this a pull cut. And I'm using this edge right here. I'm not rubbing the bevel. I'm just making a rough cut. I'm going to make this bottom flat. I don't know if it's very fast right now. I'm trying to be careful.
It's sharp on that one, huh?
So it may not be rolled out this way.
Shaking.
Jenny said there.
You need to turn that pretty small in the middle there, and I'll show you why.
What are you marking now, Walt?
Okay, this is for my big chuck. I'm going to reverse chuck it. I'm going to put it on this chucker. This is B-dam, sharpened at 40 degrees, just like the other one. And you need to go in here about a quarter of an inch. Rather than go straight in, you want to put just a little bit of an angle on it. be sure that it's not buildable. And I got this, it's a real good idea.
Yeah.
I want to be sure I get that small, otherwise it won't go in this little hole.
Well, if we don't see anything here, we'll see anything there. Getting the TV, have you switched to that camera? You know, see if it'll see.
I'm going to expand this now to fit into that recess. Taking the jar out.
Yeah, no kidding.
That is really secure. You have to worry about that anymore.
You find one way better than the other, expand or contract? Grab the tendon.
That's probably, you don't have to worry about breaking the tendon off if you can do that. And that is going to do. This leg doesn't have a lock on it. Try that. All right.
Yeah, it's still right. I don't know what's happening. Show them health.
Now, I always check it after I get back in the way. Let me pass this tool around. This is it's the same tool I just sharpened, but you can see the double bevel on it. I'll always bring two.
Still nothing. Wonder if something's happened to this. Shoulder pad.